Adventures of Billy and Mandy on Cartoon Network. Up next, Steven Universe on Cartoon Network. Coming up next, another week on Cartoon Network. Coming up next, Experimentos Extraordinarios. Coming up next, Monica's Gang on Cartoon Network. Coming up next, Oscar's Oasis on Cartoon Network. Coming up next, Viene on Cartoon Network. Coming up next, Haunted Tales on Cartoon Network. Coming up next, El Chavo on Cartoon Network.
Coming up next, Pokemon on Cartoon Network. Coming up next, Dragon Ball Z Kai on Cartoon Network.
Coming up next, Halloween with Marceline, back for more on Cartoon Network.
Coming up next, Over the Garden Wall on Cartoon Network. Coming up next, Club Boomerang on Cartoon Network.
Coming up next, Cartoon Movement on Cartoon Network. Coming up next, Cine Cartoon on Cartoon Network.
Coming up next, Chico Pico Pao Amalero on Cartoon Network.
Coming up next, Johnny Bravo on Cartoon Network.
Coming up next, Cartoon Power.
Coming up next, Cartoon Pop on Cartoon Network. Coming up next, Clarence on Cartoon Network.
Coming up next, Adventure Time on Cartoon Network.